Hello gang, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Dinju. Today I'll be showing you guys how to download and install Xampp and WordPress on your Parrot operating system or your Kali Linux and also your Ubuntu operating system. So please don't forget to like, subscribe and share this video. Without further ado, let's jump into business. So first thing first, I will always want to update my operating system before doing anything else. So right now what I will need to do is, you can always locate your terminal by either going to the menu, search for it, or it's just there, or it's here. So what will happen is that I'm going to type in super user do, which is sudo app, which is apt update, for it to be able to update my repos to the latest version. Alright, so right now it's already updating and it has updated all my packages are up to date. You can either type in clear or you press Ctrl L to clear your screen. So first thing first, you need to download your Xampp and your WordPress. So for us to be able to do that, I'll go on to my web browser. Let me increase it small a little bit so that I think this is enough. So I can just go on to Google and type on Xampp download. So you can just click on download Xampp Apache Friends. So okay, right now as you can see, we have Xampp for Windows. For those who are using Windows operating system, you can actually use this option to download your Xampp. For those who are using Linux, this is where we can download Xampp, and for those using Mac OS, this is where you can actually download yours. But right now we are concentrating on Linux. So as you can see here, we have 3 different versions for Linux. All these versions represent the PHP versions. So we have 7.4.29, that's the PHP version, and then the 8.0.18, that's also a PHP version, and 8.1.5 is also a PHP version, and which is the most recent version. But meanwhile, I prefer using the 7.4.29 PHP version because I'm conversant with that. I'm not conversant with the 8.0, so most of my codes are written in PHP version 7.4.29. so if you so wish, you can always download the version you want to use, but to me, I'm going to actually download this version, that's the 7.4.29. and mind you, if you're using a 32-bit operating system, I think an option will automatically come for you. You can always click on more downloads for you to check that up, or you can just so as you can see, when I click on more download, this is what I'm seeing. But let's just go back to this. So using a 32-bit operating system, I think it will just show you 32-bit because my system is 64-bit operating system actually. So I'm going to click on the download button and then wait for it to come up for me to be able to download it. So right now it's up, so I have save file. I'm going to click on OK and wait for it to download. So right here it's downloading, and then I can close this. I can also download my WordPress. So for me to be able to download my WordPress, I will go to wordpress.org to download my WordPress. There are 2 different WordPress websites. You have wordpress.org and wordpress.com. But when you use wordpress.com, you're actually going to create an account and do everything online, I think so. But if you going to wordpress.org, it gives you the opportunity to be able to download the WordPress itself. So I'm going to go to wordpress.org. So right now I'm in WordPress.org website. So as you can see, we have plugins. So whenever you want to download plugins and install, you can always come to WordPress.org. You have plugins, themes, patterns, learn, and so on. So we're going to come here to get WordPress. I'm going to click on that. So when you scroll down to this specific place, as you can see here, we have download WordPress. As of when this video is being recorded, the latest version of WordPress is 5.9.3. so maybe when you're watching this video and then the version changes, it's still okay. Actually, WordPress annually, or should I say frequently, updates the version of the WordPress itself. So as of this video right now, the WordPress latest version is 5.9.3. so I'm going to click on download and then save it also, and then wait for it to also download. So I can also close this and then yeah, just close this. So let's check if our download is done. Actually, our WordPress is still downloading, and then our Xampp is done downloading. So I don't know if I can just wait for both of them to download. Okay, basically I'm going to start installing WordPress while this is still downloading, right? So we can just go back to our terminal. So this is our terminal. So what will happen is that when I downloaded these files, they are automatically saved in the download folder. That's on the PC's download, that's on my system download folder. So when I come to places downloads, it's in my download folder here. So what will happen is that I'm going to come back to my terminal, and then I'm going to change my directory to my downloads directory. So I'm going to say change directory, which stands for cd, which stands for change directory. So I'm going to type in download. Mind you, it's always case sensitive. So I'm already in my download directory right now. So I can type in ls, which is list. Now I've listed everything in the directory right now. So I have, this is everything showing in the directory. Why this is red, I think it's because it's still downloading. Okay, it's done downloading, and it's on red to show us that it is a folder. Yeah, it's on red and it's to show us it is a folder. So it's done downloading. So we have our WordPress. Now our Xampp. First of all, we need to start installing Xampp before we'll be able to install WordPress. So for us to install Xampp right now, we need to make this file we just downloaded executable. So for us to be able to do that, we're going to type in sudo, that's super user do. So I call this chommed, I don't know about you. So I'm going to say minus capital letter R, give it all permission, that is to make it executable, and to give it permission. So I'm going to now, it's either you can decide to copy this and paste it. Oops, what am I doing? Copy and then you paste, or you can decide to just, and it's case sensitive. Once you want to use this method, make sure that, like if I want to use this method now, this X is in small letter, so it's in lowercase rather. So I'll just type in X and click on tab. It automatically completes it for me, and I'll click on enter. So right now it has done, it just gave it the permission to make it executable and less. So when I click on ls now when you check this, when you check the color of this, that's this color and this color, they are two different colors. That is to show you that this is now executable. So we can just actually say sudo dot slash, I think this is backward slash, right? So I can just click on my X and tap, or I can just decide to copy the whole of these and paste it. So I'll click on enter and then wait for it to come up for me to be able to install it. So it's up right now, and then this is our installation interface, or should I say what do you call it again? I forgot it, so sorry about that. So I'll click on next. So I think that you don't need to change anything here. I can just click on next. So now Xampp will be installed in opt folder, and inside in our opt folder, and the name of the folder in which Xampp will be installed is called lamp. So I'm going to click on next. So I can uncheck the I want to uncheck this because I don't want to learn more about Bitnami for Xampp. So if you want to learn more, you can always check it, but I don't want that, so I'll click on next. So right now what is happening here is that Xampp is actually installing on our system. It's actually, let's copying, unpackaging the file, copying it to its own to the directory it wants, or how would I even put this, to the directory it wants to be, or should I say to the directory the system showed us where it's going to be. So right now it's unpackaging it. After unpackaging it then do the installation process and that. So please, if you have any question, or you have anything, or you want me to do a video about installing anything, or you want me to do a video for you, you can actually just keep that on the comment section. Or if you have any problem, or you encounter any problem, please just write that on the comment section. I'm going to attend to you. I'm going to go through the comments, and then I'm going to always find the solution to your problem. So while we're waiting for these to finish unpackaging and then installing, we can actually unzip our WordPress. I don't know, should I just allow it? Okay, let me just allow this to finish installing so that I don't confuse you guys. So let's just wait for it to finish installing. Okay guys, so our Xampp is done installing. So right now we can either choose to launch our Xampp, or we can decide to either close it. But should I just, okay, let me just, so if you don't want to actually run it and just continue, you can just uncheck on this and then click on finish. So if you want it to run, you can just click on this, and then, so let me just minimize this first, and then let's go back to our download folder. These are our download folder here. So these are WordPress, so you can just double click on it. So now I just opened it. So I want to copy this WordPress because this is a zip file. This WordPress is a zip file, so I would want to copy this to my htdocs. So I'm going to come back to my file system. I'm going to locate the opt folder, then I will locate the lamp folder, then the htdocs folder, and then also I will need to copy this file into this folder, that's into this directory. So I'm going to copy this. Okay, so right now it's telling us we don't have permission to copy. Oh, it says you don't have the right permissions to extract archives in this folder. Okay, so this is what will happen. We need to make, or we need to give this folder the permission, or we need to give it a permission so that we'll be able to copy this into this directory. So we'll now go back to our terminal. Okay, basically let me just come back here and just finish this up so that we'll be able to do that. So I can just type change directory to go back to my home directory. I can clear this by either typing clear or control L. So let me just type clear. Let me just type in clear. So what will happen right now is that I will need to change my I need to give it the permission. So I'm going to say sudo, that's super user do, sorry about that, super user do. So I say I used to call this chomp, sorry about this, I used to call this chomp. I don't know whether that's the right pronunciation, but so I'll give it -r, also capital letter R, or you can decide to say all users can read, write, execute, or preferably I love using this though, -r, and then I'll now write the directory name, that's the folder, that's the location. So I'll say the location is opt/lamp, /lamp/htdocs. I'll click on enter. Okay, two modes missing. Okay, sorry, I've seen my mistake. So I need to give it the 777. So I can press on enter. So right now I've given it the permission to be able to allow us to copy, a permission for us to be able to read, write, and execute in that folder. That's in the directory. So I can just come back here and then copy this folder, that's the directory, into this directory, that's into our htdocs directory. So you see we have WordPress here, so I can actually close this down. So I can decide to rename this WordPress into anything I so wish to, and then you can decide to leave it the way it is. So it's always your choice. You can always decide to leave it this way, or you rename it to whatever you want to rename it. Remember, we have to copy back, we have to unzip the downloaded WordPress folder. That's a recap list. We need to unzip the downloaded WordPress directory, that's the folder, and then copy it to our htdocs folder after installing our Xampp. So let's continue. So for us to be able to start up our Xampp now, what will happen is that, let me clear this, Ctrl L to clear, or you can type in clear to clear it up. So what will happen right now, I want to start my Xampp server. So for you to be able to start your Xampp server, you can, there are a lot of ways to do that, a lot of ways, but my favorite way of doing that you might be able to have a GUI for you to see how you want to start the server. This is how you do it. You now type change directory to back to our opt and then our lamp, and then we'll click on enter. Our list. Now when you check this here, we have this manager -linux, we have this manager linux.run. So this is what makes it to run. So I'm going to copy this, and then I'm going to say okay, sudo, right, opt/lamp, and then I'm going to paste this. That's Ctrl+Shift+V, and then I'll click on enter. So as you can see right now, our Xampp control panel is up. So I'll click, this is the welcome page. I'll click on manage servers, and as you can see, our Apache web server is already running. So I can actually start all servers so that my SQL database can also come up, and then my pro FTP can also come up. So while we need to wait for these two to come up by as you can see, this is showing running. So all of them now showing running, so it means that they are all up. So we'll now go back to our web browser. So we're going to type in localhost, and we'll click on enter. I'll open another tab. I'll type in localhost, localhost, and I'll type in WordPress. Why am I typing it WordPress? It's because when you remember, the name of this folder is WordPress. So if you should rename this folder, you will need to type in the name of the folder here, WordPress. So let me just give you an example. I don't think there's an example. There is a need for an example about that. So what will happen is that first thing first, we'll need to create a database. So I'll go back to this tab and then click on phpMyAdmin, and then click on new here. Then the database name, you can give it any name you so wish to. So I want to give it WordPress. But actually you can give it any name you so wish to give it. So I'm going to create a database here. So I'll click on this create to create this database. So these are the list of available databases already pre-installed. By default, they come with Xampp. So I would want to see, please don't tamper with this. They have the functions, so please don't tamper with this. So we've just created a database, and as you can see, the database is empty. There's nothing inside the database. So I can come back here to my WordPress, and then you can also always read these instructions, and then you can continue. So what will happen is that what they said here is that okay, let's go. So remember, the name of our database, I named it as WordPress, but by default it comes with WordPress. So you can actually type in the name of the database you just created in here. So assuming I name this as Shameful, assuming I created a database with the name Shameful. So once I come here, I'm going to type in Shameful here. So the username by default is always root. So you type in root. The password, I'll suggest you leave it blank. I'll always suggest you always leave it blank. And then we have this localhost. That's the database host is always localhost because we are on a localhost, and the username is root. Our database name is WordPress. Remember, our database name here is WordPress. So our database name here should also be WordPress. So it says here this table prefix. If you want to run multiple WordPress installation in a single database, change this. So I will not want to do that, so I'll just click on submit. So what was this place saying? This place is trying to let us know that unable to write to WordPress config.php file, you can create it. So what will happen here is that we need to create this file here. So I'm going to go back to my ht docs. I'll right click on it. I'll come to create document. I'll come to text. I'll come to plain text. Click on that. I'll come back to my web browser. I'll copy this name, wp-config.php. You copy it. Come back to my ht docs, and then I'm going to rename this to that. I'm going to rename this. Sorry. Okay, yeah. So I can copy this back into my WordPress folder. Remember, I'm in my ht docs directory right now. That's the folder. So I'm going to copy this file that I just created to my WordPress. So when you check it here, it's in the WordPress folder. We're in the WordPress directory right now. So I'm going to double click on it. That's to open this file. So I'll come back here. I'll come back to my web browser. I'm going to copy the whole of this, copy it, and then I'm going to go back to this file I just opened. I'll Ctrl V, and then I'm going to save it. So this is saved, so I can close this back. I'm going to come back here. As you can see, this is it here. This is our wp-config.php. This is it here. So I can actually go back to my web browser and complete. It says after you've done that, click on run the installation. So I'm done with that, so I'm going to click that. So we're going to wait for it to run. Good. So now this is done. So now it says we're going to give our website a title. So let's assume I want to create my own website. So I can just give it a title, Shinfu Dinju, and you can give it any title you so wish. Maybe let's assume the title of our website, let's try, or let's say it's a car website, a car dealing website. I can just give it the title of car or anything. So I'll just give it the title of Shinfu. So the username, now username, this username, you really need to give it a username. You can decide to give it admin or anything. This username is just when you want to log into your WordPress. You will need to provide a username and password for you to be able to log into your WordPress admin. So for you to be able to log into your WordPress admin, you need to create a username and a password. So whatever you choose the username, you can choose anything to be the username. I can decide to put Shinfu. I can decide to put anything at all. So let me just give it admin. And then this password, already the system have just suggested a password for me. If you don't want to use the system's password, you can just use anything you so wish to use as the password. But I'll always suggest you put strong passwords, a password that you will not forget, please. So I can decide to just say my password is 1 2 3 4 5 6, or I can just say my password is also admin 1 2 3 4 5 6. So I'm saying here the password is weak, so I can just make here the capital letter, and then I can just give it admin add 1. It's still weak. Oh my god, it's still weak. So I don't know what the problem is. So actually let's just give it admin. Let's see, admin and then it says confirm password, so you need to retype in your password. So confirm. So if confirm use of weak password, so I will confirm that because I don't want to change anything. You can hide it, you can just decide. So your email address, now you can decide to put in your email address. So I'll always decide you can put in your email address, please. So I can just say so I don't have any email address to put in here, so I can just say, so search engine visibility, discourage search engine. So if you don't want your WordPress, if you don't want any search engine to be able to see your WordPress, so you can actually check this. But if not, just leave it blank and then click on install. Okay, it says our password is weak. You must provide an email address. Okay, it says I must provide an email address, so I can just say shinfu@gmail.com. Okay, so I think I've just done that. I'll confirm this, then I'll click on install. I can decide to save my password if you so wish to. So, and then we'll wait for it to install. Wait for our WordPress to install. It might take a little bit of time to install that. So as you can see here, it's running. So I want to remind us, if you have any question, if you have any problem, please leave it at our comment section. And then okay, it says here WordPress has been installed, thank you and enjoy. So our username is admin, remember your password. I'll click on login. So I saved my password and that was why it just appeared automatically. So remember, you can choose anything, you must not use this password. This is just because of the tutorial sake, and that's why I'm showing you guys this. So you can decide to click on remember me and log in to your WordPress. That's why I said so as you can see, this is our WordPress dashboard. This is our WordPress dashboard, and voila, congratulations, you've just installed WordPress on your PC. So you can start working offline and then you can start creating your website. So if you want me to do any other video concerning this, you can please let me know on the comment section, so that I'm going to, so by sending the links, the download links, I'm going to drop it on the description section, so that if you just want to click on the link and be able to just download all those things. So thank you very much, and please don't forget to subscribe, like and share this video with friends. Thank you very much and remain blessed. Bye.